And you know what? And I'm going to hold up some of the folders actually, and these are the ones you saw on the slide, of the different ones. But there's one I want to really get into because it is so pertinent, and we touched on it at the very beginning, and that's just disaster management.
Yes.
And this is, you know, as we see, you know, with the earthquakes that we're seeing, the hurricane coming through the East Coast, you know, right after the earthquake, but all over the world. So somebody has something that happens, you actually have this that can go in and teach people in the area how to be more effective in whatever form, again, it's the goal and the time date that they need to have it done.
Right.
So
So yeah, actually
this.
Yeah, as I said, like this is a relatively new area for us. And in 2004, when actually there was a tsunami in India, that's when this idea came up that we need to help in this area because we do have a skill sets, or we are in the actual business of teaching project management, and that will help the organizations who are actually working with the disaster area. So that's when we started focusing on disaster relief and what can be done in where there is a need. So we work with the local non-profit organizations or non-governmental organizations and train them so they can learn these skill sets, they can learn the competency, and then they can manage their activity better when actually disaster strikes. Because there are a number of things that, and everybody's in a panic mode running around, and now they have some plan in place or they know how to quickly get all things organized. At the same time, they are getting prepared ahead of time. So we don't want that when disaster strikes, you start doing this activity, but you start ahead of time, get trained. Plus these organizations are getting donations from number of donors within their community. So we want to make sure that when the organizations run efficiently and effectively, the more donations go to the actual cause versus on the other administrative activities. So that is another key area.
Right. We were talking about that the other day, that sometimes when it's almost a 50-50 split between the actual effect of the money and then the what did you call it, the administrative costs, that when somebody who's donating money knows that maybe 80%
it does,
is going to go toward the cause.
I have seen some flyers that when I get for donation request and they say, oh, you ask them and they will say, oh, we spend 50% of your donation on the cause, and the rest 50% goes into either fundraising activities or some other administrative activities, and that's not the effective use of my donation to them.
Right.
So
for what you're putting that money into, in your good faith that you're doing that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
So versus there are some others, if they're running efficiently, they can either spend 80%, or in fact, I had one organization who had more than 90%, and I don't mind donating them because I know they are really using my money to the right place.
And it's true, and also again with the disaster preparedness. I remember in New York going to a disaster prepared evening, and they were literally taking the different areas of New York and pulling people together to be very specific. And this is New York, and the anniversary is coming up of quite a disaster, and so they're trying to teach people, even as their business owners, what physically are you going to do? How are you going to do this, 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 and this? And the thing of it is, it's the same. If you can replace the fear with them knowing, bada boom, I'm in this. I'm proactive. I know exactly what to do. I have a checklist. Go down the checklist. Everybody knows their role. And it's just like any place when they have like literally a fire drill, simple as that, which isn't so simple sometimes. But when you can prepare them, you have less fallout to the sides or unexpected complications. So it's brilliant.
And it's absolutely. And we have a saying in India, and the literal translation of that is, you don't dig a well when you need water. You don't start digging at that time. You have to prepare it ahead of time. So when you actually need water, it's already ready. So what you said, that's absolutely correct. You need to prepare it ahead of time, and not when the disaster strikes, you start thinking about, okay, what should I do next?
It's too late.
It's too late
at that
stage.
It's too late. It really is too late. This is very interesting. Okay, and let's just say there's somebody out there who has seen this, who's checked out the website. And again, the website is PMIEF.org. Check it out. Let's say this person looks at the website and says, I like what I see. I like how they're doing this. It is an old, established organization. and not just the instructional part, but the foundation and philanthropic part, I'd like to be more involved. What can they do?
They can definitely first look at the website, and we have a contact information there, and they can email us. Instead of giving the email again, I would say go to the website. Many times it changes. So, so email us. There are contact information. Contact any one of us. We are 9 board of directors, so we are always available.
And you're from all over the world.
And we are from all over the world, so we are not just, and we are volunteer members.
You know, that is good. That's right, what you're talking about. That's important for people
Yeah.
to know that this is volunteer. Everybody has a passion, and whether it's part of what they do for business, for real. But you have to also have the passion, and part of that is the giving back.
Yeah. So one of us, or there is we do have 4 staff members at this time. So one of us will get back to you and then understand what your needs are, and then suggest the right product or that you can use, or we'll work with you. And last year we provided almost 400,000 in scholarships and grants. So we do have that kind of a volume, which is growing every year.
And
So we get more donations, we give more out. So we can utilize that for your needs, and that works.
And they could check it too if they would say, I'd like to come to a meeting somewhere if it's local and just see what happens. I'd like to sit back and listen.
Definitely in that case, I would say there are, look at the PMI chapters in your area, and they will have meetings for their own purpose, but some of the chapters, they do have specific activities with us as a PMI Education Foundation. So we'll let you know which ones are working, and then they can go to those meetings or events and get associated, or at least get in touch with them, see what they're doing, and maybe ask them about Education Foundation, and they can put the individuals in touch with us.
All right, very good.
So we go from there.
Suketu Nagrecha, what really a wonderful foundation. What a wonderful just instructional type of business, because it gives back, it teaches and gives back, but then the Educational Foundation gives back again. We're beholden to you for coming here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me here.
It's a pleasure. Okay, so you know, you've listened to everything again, PMIEF.org. Check it out. Hit the web. You know how important this is to him. You know the difference you can make being prepared in any form, making a goal become that reality in the best way possible. You know what he thinks? What do you think?